The topic.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome.
Are we live?
We live, baby. We here.
Are we live?
We here.
Okay. Yes. Will, good day, good day. I sent you the link in your DM. So like, yo, you got to come up on here because tonight's topic is going to be one where the men get to, you know, have the floor. For those who are tuning in on IG, welcome to the live. We up. You're supposed to be on YouTube, not on IG. This is your topic. So head on over to YouTube, Hizien underscore her yang, and we'll get it cracking. In the
Let's
meantime, in between time, um, let me get the pin comment going on IG. And then we are going to introduce the panelists.
the panelists. That bubbly. Who else do I send it to? Okay. Cause I be sending it out to a bunch of folks.
All right, so I guess I'll get started.
Oh, you good? My bad. I'm just sending it to people.
Nah, it's cool. I sent you the link way up, I believe, but how can I do this because now I'm live on here? Oh gosh, do you have we up's info, Najee?
If he's on your live, I can send it to him.
If he's on my he's on my friends list.
Yeah, I can. If he's on, I'm about to send it to him. Then let's see if he's still in here.
Alrighty. Oh,
We
okay.
Oh, there he is. Okay. I'm about to send it to him now.
Will is such a loser. He says I'm not coming up unless Najee calms down.
What are you scared of? I cam down. That's fine. I cam down.
That you
I turn my cam. He said cam down. He didn't say not be here.
boom. Okay, you got that one. So
Will
Will,
is very. You gotta be mindful with
What?
Will.
What is going on?
and you know Will is really particular.
Exactly.
Word.
Exactly.
What
You
is
know what I'm
going on
saying?
here?
With what?
What is going on?
With
Why
what?
am I nigga now you can't be on the live?
Nah, he just talk. He being funny.
I know he is.
Oh yeah, Will, because if there was anybody who's the kryptonite to Will, it's me.
Well,
Oh,
we'll need a kryptonite.
Yeah, I'm the kryptonite to Will because there's so much order and structure and decorum in the stuff that I say. It kind of goes over Will's head, and that's he's not accustomed to that.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sit back and watch this one.
well, listen. There's not that much to watch because we got a show to do. So this is what I decided for tonight's theme, right? Instead of my asking like pre-made questions,
Hmm.
I just wanted you guys and have our guests come on and I can just sit in during you guys barbershop because well one
We
I want to
know we
demonstrate to
know
what
you don't get barbershop cuts, so we know you can't. I mean, we understand.
what you talking about, bro ham, what you talking
You get the
about,
side faded. What you
We ain't
mean?
talking
no
about.
sir?
We not talking about your husband is shaping you up.
Oh, that don't count.
No,
Oh,
you're not at the barbershop. You're at the barber house.
but we talk.
No, don't count. Ask him. Ask bro.
I'm not asking him nothing. I get it, okay? It doesn't
Okay.
matter.
Because he's gonna tell you, that don't count. you ain't you you ain't one of the fellas. You can't sit in the barber shop
Will
and
Will
talk shit
said
with her.
Will said he doesn't go to the barber shop anymore. He's a feminist now. Okay, so Will is actually being a fan.
A
Okay,
hand is it a lot? No, it's
okay,
not. It's a.
I almost died on
a
that one.
hand.
It's a. Is it a hand? No, that's a hating.
No, it's not.
I thought a hand is a hating. No.
No, it's the garden tool.
Oh.
This is Will.
Oh. Okay. Oh yeah, we can get it started now. We live. So,
Yeah, so you know what? Nobody wants to show. That's okay. They
yeah,
scared. You know,
I said.
all talk,
Yeah, he got
no
the thing.
action. So with that being said, right? Um, let me get this off. Let me get this up. Right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think most men struggle with as a whole today that women may be unaware of?
I'll let you go first, Twan.
Oh
You would
God.
say some shit like that.
Oh God. Oh God.
Um.
It makes for an interesting show.
Oh Lord. No, he did.
Oh, he cammed up for that one right there. You seen that, right?
um.
Hold on,
When
hold
women
on, hold
don't.
on, hold on. Let me put my seatbelt on.
Hold on for a
Buckle
second.
up.
All right, I'm ready.
All right. Damn. When women don't pay attention to. Oh shit. Oh man.
He's like, where do I begin?
Yeah, where do I begin?
That's what, man.
Where the dumb is? Um shit. I I believe women don't pay attention to the men far as the movement, our our attitude, our adjustment. Um, I think they don't pay attention enough. All right, they say they pay attention, but they really don't pay attention. Because I believe if a woman pay attention to her man, she would know her man from top to bottom. And majority of women do not know that. They could even tell you that. To be honest with you, yeah, I mean, pay attention to like the like if a man come home from work, a hardest day at work or whatever, you should already know what expect, what a man would like once he get home from work. You know what I'm saying? And majority of women, some women don't do that. Have meal cook. You know what I'm saying? Not getting on the nigga nerves as soon as he walk through the goddamn house. I mean, it's a lot. It's a few things. I mean, they don't pay attention to us. I believe they expect us to pay attention a little bit more to them than they pay attention to us. That's my take on
Yeah, that wasn't bad. Can you repeat the question, Trinity? You muted. You muted.
it. You muted.
Cat. Whatever. Anywho,
She over there talking her ass off. She was muted.
I talk to the air a lot. You know, me and the air have a special relationship. You know, it gives to me and I give back. And that's the story I'm sticking with tonight. Okay, with that being said, the question is, what are some of the struggles that men go through as a whole that women are unaware of?
I would say one of the biggest things that I'm learning, especially with guys unaliving themselves in today's society, is the fact that most men are taught that they're supposed to take care of everybody. Like they're supposed to be the provider for everybody. And I think a lot of
Right.
times women don't understand that's a lot of pressure for one person to take care of, especially when you have somebody who's nagging you. Then you also have other kids, then you also competing against the person that you come home to. There's a lot. So it's understanding the fact that a lot of men are under a lot of pressure just from society and what they say. You have to be this way as a man, you need to do this, you got to have your finances in order, you have to do it. So now a lot of guys are trying to maintain the idea of what society says, what a man is supposed to do, without understanding like you still have to make time for yourself. And a lot of times when guys try to make time for themselves, is looked at in a negative way because you're supposed to be the provider. You're supposed to be taking care of it. The weight should be on your shoulders and you should be able to carry the world. When it's like that's not realistic for a human to be able to manage, let alone just one individual person. So I think the struggles of being able to maintain and a household, especially when you're not just taking care of the people in this household, but you're also taking care of your mom and you got other people that you're taking care of. I think a lot of times women don't understand the struggle of that.
So, with
True.
that being said, Naj, what would you advise to your peers
Mhm.
in in that situation and how to approach it more effectively?
One, realizing like, bro, you can only take care of yourself at the end of the day. It's one of those things where you can only do what you can do. Don't let society tell you you got to go above and beyond. You need to be making this amount of money. You need to be doing this. You need to be doing. No, it's understanding you can only do the best you can within the level of your awareness. And it starts with your relationship to yourself first. So trying to go above and beyond your means to please other people or look a certain way, it's not good for your health. Literally, because you're going to struggle to make ends meet because you're trying to keep up with the Joneses. It's not worth it. So it's really just understanding what you need to do for you. And a lot of times I don't think guys understand that because we're taught, don't say this, don't feel this way, suppress that. You're not supposed to act like that. You're being this way. It's like it don't give you space to be human because you're supposed to be a man. You need to play this role of being a man. You have to be big and strong. It's like, nah, allow yourself to be a human first. You were a human being first before you became the idea of being a man. So really just learning yourself and being okay with your relationship to you, not trying to go above and beyond to please other people, trying to make everybody happy because you can't. What I'm learning, especially in today's society with women, is a lot of women don't feel like they're enough within themselves and they want the guy to come in the position to help them feel better about themselves, and they can't, because I know guys that go above and beyond to give everything they woman ever asked for and it's still not enough. And it's like, damn, here I am giving you this and giving you that and doing this. I'm working hard, I'm doing 2 jobs to try to maintain and take care of you, and it's still not enough. So it's like understanding you got to make sure you take care of you first and then go from there.
So, what I'm hearing you say, Najee, is that you would advise your peers
Mhm.
to really just continue being the individual they were before they got into the relationship because that's who they are in the relationship.
Yes, stay true to you. Forget the role of you having to be a certain way. It's like it don't work when you have to play a role. Just be yourself. And I think a lot of times people aren't authentically being themselves because they're trying to get with somebody who wouldn't actually accept them if they showed up as they are, as themselves. And it's like that's what's killing people. That's where the clashing. That's where men like I had to sit outside my house an hour and 30 minutes before I had to go inside. I'm like, bro, what in the world? Why are you doing that in your own home? But again, it's one of those things where a lot of people are disconnected and they're trying to connect to another person's trying to instead of just learning to connect to themselves.
Hmm. Okay, I can see that. Twan,
Yes.
in your circle of friends and the individuals that you know, what is the most common complaint about women today that men have?
I'm sorry. Can you read that again? I was reading something my job sent me. I'm sorry.
Sure.
Can you say it again?
Um, being around the individual, like your circle of friends, right? Between you and your circle of friends and other men that you come in contact with, what would be the number one complaint you all have about women today?
Nagging.
And what does nagging look like?
Always bitching about something. All it's just it ain't all right. I was just listening to my homeboy earlier today. He was like, I can't even take my girl like to the baseball game with me or something like that because because she always got an attitude. She'll mess my vibe up. If you gonna mess my vibe up and come with an attitude when I'm trying to enjoy myself or stuff like that, no need you coming. So I listened to my homeboy did that said that earlier today. Him and his baby always beefing whatever. But I look back at it and I be like, damn, I ain't gotta go through that no more. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's just I mean some women just it's okay to say what you guys say, but don't keep constantly on all day long with it. Keep constant. You gotta be heard. If I heard you, I heard you. How many times we the only person in here? How many times you want me to hear you? You ain't gotta keep constantly saying the same thing over and over for me to hear you. So you got women that keep constantly doing that sometimes, and people us men, we get tired of that. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, you know what I mean, like I say, like I mentioned the part when I say you come home from work, you want to chill, you know what I mean? Get your burns together, you get yourself together and stuff like that before the next step. But you got some women don't understand that. They just come straight at you. Blah, 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 blah. God dang, what the hell? Calm down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Back up. You know what I mean? Let me breathe. Can I breathe since I come to the door? You know what I mean? Let me chill for a second. You know
So
what I'm
let me
saying?
ask you, um, how long should your woman, not anybody else's woman, okay? We
Mm-hmm.
don't care about them. What is I gotta be real specific with Mr. Swan here,
Mm-hmm.
right? How long do you require for your wind down time?
Give me like an hour, half an hour or so. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? It's only right. She would want. I mean, if we was if I was messing with somebody, they probably would want that too. You know what I mean? They probably want to wind down or something when they soon they come to the door. They don't want to. You know what I mean? But some women don't understand that. If we do it, we be cussed out. Whole bunch of bitches, all types of shit. Probably the iron throwing at you, get out my face, and all that other good shit. You know what I mean? We do it. But you know what I mean? When you come and do it to us, you think it's okay. No. Let's wind down too. Shit. We had a hard day's work. Dude, as well. Shit. What's wrong with you? Back up.
For those who are just tuning into YouTube, if you want to join the panel, just click on the link. Is it highlighted, Nadia, on your end? You know what? I can actually check on my end too.
No, I don't see it as being highlighted. Let's double check. Oh yeah, it is. It is. They can click on it.
Oh yeah, it's clickable.
Yep, it's clickable.
Awesome. Yes. So click on the clickable link and join the panel because, well, I would like to hear what you have to say as well. It'll be definitely interesting for a topic discussion. You know what I mean? To get different other people's perspectives and opinions and stuff like that. All right, so Najee, now you notice how I'm asking you two guys separate questions,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm tired of y'all two. Okay. I'm just so tired of y'all two. Y'all just mess me up every Wednesday. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm learning to just ask you your question, Nigel.
Ask Twan separately.
You have to. I have to. Yeah, because
Then
it gets.
tread, then
It
then
gets.
light.
It gets. I'm walking on eggshells. Ah.
And I'm high too. Oh, watch it.
Oh, jeez.
uh,
Okay, so Najee,
mm-hmm,
right?
mm-hmm,
If someone was not able, if a guy
mm-hmm,
was incapable, let me say like this: if you found that a guy was incapable
mm-hmm.
of understanding your approach in terms of feelings and relationships with the self, and well, your Najee style,
Mm-hmm.
how else would you guide them into that same direction, but saying the same thing in a different way?
Well, it would be easy for me just by making it relatable to what they're relating to, what can they relate to. So if you're a sports fan, it's understanding the analogy with sports. If you like cars, using cars. So I think the biggest thing is understanding, helping guys realize like what is it that you actually feel. Like what do you feel in your body? Because there's a sensation that arises first, and that's what causes the logic to go off. It's like, what are you feeling? So it's just helping them understand the feeling that in their relationship to themselves is really the key, because that's all it is. It's like once you experience something, like when a woman is nagging, there's some type of irritation that you feel that makes you want to be like, girl, shut up, leave me alone. There's something there first before you get to that point. So now it's just understanding what is being triggered and what's going off inside of you, what's happening inside of your body, to help you be able to connect to understand what's going on inside of you.
What's there is gonna go left as soon as you say something. That's what's there.
Look how she's looking at the camera. Look, dang, that's a wife for me. See that? If my wife don't look at me like that, if she don't look at me like
Shut
that,
your mouth.
oh,
Come
you
on.
heard that? I thought I was muted.
No, you're not muted. You know you wasn't muted. You didn't see that little daggone microphone with the slash. You're not an idiot. Don't try to flam me. See, I know who I'm talking to. And you gotta stay out my goddamn business. If I want to give my husband the googly eyes, well, dang it, I'm gonna
It's
give him
more than the
googly.
googly. It's the chin. It perks up. The cheeks start to show,
Mm-hmm.
like a little
Twan,
schoolgirl.
You up there
Twan, you
saying,
continue doing what you're doing behind the
mm-hmm.
scenes, okay?
That's why you sit there, you say to yourself, like, should I say something or should I not? You know what? I ain't gonna say a goddamn thing because I know that shit gonna go left. So let me just shut up and go mind my goddamn business, go smoke me one, and hoping she shut the hell up.
See, in those situations, I think a lot of times
What
guys
are
be
you
just,
laughing at?
Cause
oh
he
wait,
know I'm telling he know I'm
oh
telling the truth.
oh wait.
He know I'm telling the truth.
I
Shit,
think a
we be
lot of
hoping.
times, women be so. This is what I'm learning with talking
Thank
to them.
you, Najee.
They be
Thank you.
so like
Mm-mm.
eager to
Mm-mm.
you my man, because they love that my man thing. They really take it like a personal thing. Like you're the perfect man for me. So they be so eager to talk to you and tell you about their day and tell you everything that they don't realize. Like I had a long like hold on, let me settle down first. I've been at work all day. I've been doing all this stuff. So when she comes, the guys be already tired because they just worked all day, and now here she is coming in with all this energy, talking all like, "Hey, hold on, let me
Motherfucker, you been
relax,
home all goddamn day,
let me."
chilling.
But
I'm out here busting my ass, work making this money. You know what I'm saying? When I come in, chill.
it's the excitement.
I'll listen to you, but if you say that, you're gonna get a look like that. Look
Nah,
how
you
she
wouldn't.
looking
It
right
just
now.
depends on how you go about saying it. It's like you're like a dog in a sense. They be so excited to tell you about everything. And guess what? Because this my man is my best friend. He my everything. He my counselor. He my confidant. So that's why they be so ready to lay it all on you. And then, especially if they in their feelings about something, they really can't wait to tell you. So it's just like a extra.
Oh Lord.
You muted. You muted. You muted.
Yeah, I'm talking to the air again. We have this relationship. For those who are over on IG, if you want to join the panel, go on over to YouTube at his yin underscore her yang. and be a part of the topic discussion. This live will be ending soon because I can't focus on more than one thing. I don't know how to multitask. I will neglect something. I know
That's
my.
that. That's that
That's
look,
that
right?
what? That's that what, Twan? What is it, Twan?
Nothing.
Okay. Hey, Carl,
It's good,
welcome
Carl. How are you?
to the live.
See, I ain't in there with bro got hair. I ain't got hair. I could just cut it off. Bro got hair.
Oh, he
So
got to stay. He's stuck with her.
He's saying he don't got that X button.
no, he ain't got that X button. I got the X button. I'm good. So
Well, you're lucky I'm not into making a whole bunch of ghost pages. You know
Oh
what I'm
yeah.
saying? To stalk you in the DM. I don't got that much time or commitment to like being an annoyance. So I guess it works out. Carl, welcome. How are you this evening?
I cannot complain.
How are you enjoying retirement?
Um, it's all right. It's all right. I'm being
Can I ask
pulled
you a
back
question?
in, but I'm all
How come you got more grayer since you retired?
right. I gotta ask Twan this.
oh shit. I told y'all here it come.
I gotta ask Twan.
He just ignored your question. It was like, I got a bone to pick with Twan. Let's get straight to the point. Forget what Trinity. I got to talk to Twan.
Yeah, I just
No,
said no.
because I'm gonna tell you a real a Twan and Shaft joke. Twan had gray hair on his beard, and now it's exchanging. Okay, so now I got the gray and he got the dark. So probably another year it'd be vice versa. I don't know.
No, it's like that. I just
Hmm.
smarter. I just
Yeah,
cover.
You
yeah.
what?
See, I'm not.
I just cover. That's
He
all.
does the
Just
yeah.
die. I
I
died.
don't do it. So
I let it hang out for a little bit, and then I just like tap tap tap
And
tap
then
tap.
Twan not stressing out no more off the women nagging when he get home and stuff. So he more.
yeah, yeah.
Ah,
Nope. You hear that?
No, I'm proud of him. I'm really proud of him. But no,
I don't hear
I'm doing a
shit.
job. I'm actually doing a job next week for 4 days, so it's selective. But
you don't
I'm
know how to
enjoying it though. It's
retire
all right.
properly. Y'all black
Yeah,
folks,
he won't.
y'all just don't know how to retire. I
It's
don't
too boring.
understand what's wrong with y'all black folks. White folks, they retire, play golf. Black folks retire just to get a side job. What's wrong with y'all people?
You love
It's
money.
very. Let me be honest with you. It's very hard when someone calls you and say, "Yo, I need you," and they're charging 500 a day for 4 days. It's kind of hard to say no.
Yeah.
Watch
You
me.
got nothing else to do.
No.
Love
If
money.
you ain't doing nothing, you just chilling.
No.
Exactly. If you
Nah.
ain't doing nothing, might as well get paid for
Nope.
it. It's light
That's why I
work.
said white folks go and play golf. Black folks go and get side gigs. Man,
Listen,
Just
I
love.
ain't doing
I'm gonna sit in my car for 8 hours and just go live throughout the night for 4 days and get paid 500 a night. Yeah, I ain't doing nothing.
Oh yeah.
Well, why are you sitting in your car and not playing golf with the I don't matter.
If you ain't getting
So
paid, it's about making that money.
That's what
I
they're
get
paying
it.
me to do. They just want me to sit in my car and watch the stage overnight. That's it.
Oh, well,
2 days
that's
this week.
different.
That's retired. He retired. He
Yeah.
ain't working. He just sitting in his car going live.
No, so right, so he's really not working. He's just getting paid to go live.
Right,
Pretty
right.
much.
I
I
ain't doing
aspire to be
the
you in my next
yeah.
lifetime. I already
See,
got this lifetime planned out, you know,
next
so
one.
I can't like alter it. But in the next lifetime,
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna get paid
I
to
can see
go
you
on
doing that for sure.
Instagram. How many hundreds of dollars you just said? Because I can't
Hundreds of
remember.
dollars. You talking about millions. You're gonna get paid millions of dollars to do it. Why limit yourself to only hundreds of dollars in the next lifetime?
And that's why
I'm
you're
tired of
not in
money.
charge of my future. There
I'll
we
give you a better future
go.
where you make more money. Okay, you're right. I'm gonna limit your future to just hundreds.
I don't like the way that makes me feel.
It's okay. It's meant for you to connect to it.
I'm about to connect with
You
Paul
don't
right
see the
now.
thing.
Paul.
The,
So here's the
yeah,
question, right? Because I'm about to ignore them both
go for it.
because they misbehaving,
Hmm.
and I don't feel safe. You know, I feel bullied.
That's why I'm here.
You know, I'm the only
That's
woman
why I'm
here
here.
in the barbershop. But you know
Yeah.
what? I'm doing it for the ladies. I'm gonna I'm gonna tough it out. I'm gonna hold back whatever impulses, excuse me, impulses I may have to want to interject and ask questions. I'm gonna show the ladies how to be in the presence of men talking men stuff. And I just needed to, help y'all men get going.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna, pose the same question to you, Carl, that I asked these beautiful gentlemen over here. Right?
Okay.
What do you find to be the overall man's greatest struggle that they wish women would know about?
Comprehension. There was two words, translation, but I scratched that out. Yeah, comprehension. It's one thing to hear someone. It's another thing to comprehend what they mean, what they feel, and what they need and what they want. So if you have a woman that is listening to only two words out of a sentence, that's not comprehension.
Oh, gentlemen, keep it going. I'm just a bystander at this
Oh, I
point.
thought it was he was gonna keep going.
No, that was one of the major ones. I would say comprehension. Y'all know I always talk about the lack of interdependency skills. Um, and not look at everything because I just noticed something. I hear a lot of women say, "I want a man that knows how to communicate," but the majority of dudes when they start talking, now you shut them down talking about Kevin Sanders or something else. It's like you're not comprehending, you're not listening, you don't want to learn them. You want to put us in this box, as a lady said on a video that you have in your mind what kind of man you want and any guy that walks by you, you're gonna put that piece of clothing on him, not even knowing it doesn't fit him. And that's what you expect. And when he doesn't, wear it the way you want, now there's something wrong with him, not you. So it's crazy.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I think I use the context as almost like people have this role, women have this role that they want a man to play, like a character in a movie. So now the characteristics that you believe that you want according to how you see your life is like, oh, I need a man to play this role. And if you don't have X, Y, and Z, then he's not the right man for me. And it's like a lot of times the role that you're placing on this man that you want him to play is not who he is as a person. You just want the character of
Right.
a man, but you don't want him as a person. And that's where the disconnect is because it takes time to understand him. A lot of times women never actually experienced a healthy man before to even know what they want. They've experienced all these other guys and they try to project, okay, all the guys I dealt with prior to him wasn't good enough. So now the new guy I deal with, he has to be better than the old guys. But it's like you're still the same person. You're still the same person who energetically attracted those guys to your
Yeah.
life to begin with. So how do you know what type of man that you want
Well,
to encounter or be with if you never actually experienced that man before to even know that? And I think that's where the disconnect is because they have this again, they have this role that they want a man to play, not realizing if you want this person to play a role, you don't want them to be true to themselves. And that's where the disconnect is because anytime he shows you characteristics that goes outside of that role that you think a man is supposed to play, then there's a disconnect and you feel like it's something wrong with him. And that's not the case at all.
well, if they're overprotecting their vulnerability, as they should. Well, I'm not gonna say they should. If they're overprotecting their vulnerability, they don't leave an opening for men to be understood because there's a competition. The competition is women against other women, but as we have evolved, we also see the competition is men and women. And a lot of these women are running into this um, cement wall that if I can't get the man that I want, I'm going to become the man that I want. You get what I'm saying? This is why a lot of them like to boast and brag about money and degrees and everything else that's not as important as their health, their long term thinking. If you have a conversation with many of them, they don't have long term thinking. You can't ask a lot of women what they're going to do in 20 years or are they prepared for life after 50. They're not thinking that long. They're only pacifying the right now. And I always combat the fact that I know it's hard to be a woman. I know it's hard to be a man. I know it's hard to be a kid, an adult. And as things evolve, it's going to get harder and harder. And it gets more expensive too. What it costs to be an adult at 25 is not the same cost when you get 50 and up because you require more. So if you're not prepared for it, you're selling yourself short. And I see it. A lot of women are not qualified for a relationship or what they want, just like the guys. But you have to prepare yourself. You have to know, okay, if this is the kind of man I want, well, what kind of woman does he need? And I have to become that woman because I'm not going to be on the radar. It's not hard. But if you want to come in with your, like I always say, if you want to come with your GED and demand and expect to be hired for a job that requires a bachelor's, good luck.
Yeah,
It's going to be a fight,
and I
a
think
large
that's
struggle at that.
where the disconnect is, especially talking to women, is because they think their feelings set the standards for how men are supposed to be. Like,
Oh
oh,
no.
you're not a man if you're not doing X, Y, and Z. And it's like, wait, how did you come up with that's what makes a man a man? Was your dad doing that to your mama? Like, where do y'all coming up with? And a lot of times they've never experienced that before. So it's like, where are you coming up with social media? It's social media. There are people saying this is what a man's supposed to do. If a man ain't doing it, if a man's not buying, if a man, and it's like a y'all looking for a dad. Y'all don't want a partner. Y'all want a parent. And that's what a disconnect is because you're seeking for a parent. You don't want a man because if you or a partner because if you're looking for a partner, that means y'all both must come to the table with something. Nowadays, it's like I
Well,
don't have to come to the table with anything. I'm the woman, but it's like supply and demand determines value. So if you're what are you bringing to the table in regards to this dynamic?
they're
What
not,
can I
no,
can't get that from nobody else. It's
it's,
like one of those things where a lot of stuff that the women are desiring or saying that they can bring to the table, you can get it from every woman. Like there's
it's,
no
it's
uniqueness about
uh,
women in today's society because everybody's trying to be like everybody. There's no like, okay, let me think for
I can't,
myself.
I can't. It's harder for me now to digest that whole bring to the table because as a person that was around during the 70s, 80s, and 90s, there are key words that I didn't hear prior to 95.
Hmm.
And those words were 50-50,
Hmm.
misogynistic, narcissist. I didn't hear those words before that. And the
Yeah.
reason being is because we understood our purpose and design as men and women. And
Hmm.
we never tried to, you know how hard it was for a man to step inside of a kitchen while a woman is cooking? That
Hmm.
wasn't our role. That was not. So we sit on the couch and watch the game or, did mow the lawn or take the garbage out. Come on, we're not exchanging roles. I mean, I forgot there was a show like that where, um, you know, the husband over here and the husband over there, they switch places. I think Dave Chappelle did a comedy of it, parody of it. But we're not doing that. And I think the loss of respect of what we was raised on. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. Man, fuck that. I'm grown. I can do whatever I want to do, and the hell with the repercussions. Even though, damn, I can't control the repercussions. I could control my actions if I wanted to, but I can't control the repercussions that I get or who it affects, namely kids. I can
Mhm.
go out and twerk and fuck and do whatever I want. I can get a bunch of sugar daddy, but damn, my 10-year-old knows when I got some and when I don't because my attitude changed. He's tired of going to different people's houses on the weekend because I'm out trying to do me, as they call it. And it's even got worse because now this is something that wasn't heard of during the 90s, it's even 2000. Women today want to be paid to be in relationships. For real. They
Yeah.
want a steady paycheck every week, every day. I want my hair done, I want my nails. They want so much wife benefits at being a friend price.
You know
That's
something?
insanity.
So, it's a funny thing that you just said there, right? I watched something earlier today. The girl turned around, the woman turned around, put divorce papers in her husband because he lost his job, right?
Hmm.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, you saw it. Yeah. She put divorce papers in because he lost his job. Then he loses his job without she turn around and go fool with his friend. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
I
And then
agree with her
how
though.
about and how about this is all what I desire. He turned around, told me, don't worry about this and that, but everybody coming at me on neck like I'm wrong, this and that. I was looking, I'm like, hold up. Bitch.
That was a marriage. That was a marriage based on prostitution because she went for the bigger assessment. But listen, look at it though. When you see that video, right?
Mhm.
And just like many other females you hear about their so-called past relationships and marriages, have you ever noticed that they never got with a guy with contingency? I'm talking about guys with life insurance, guys that had a plan B and a plan C. They don't. It's different.
Mhm.
If a dude loses his job, so what? What was the plan B? Did he have something on the stash to take care of the bills for 6 months? No? Then why did you marry him?
Yeah, she hollered about she, yeah, I mean, she out about cause she kicked out her money to pay the bills. And
Uh,
I was like, why would you be that's supposed to be your husband? Why would you be looking for him to pay you back?
But
well, that
that's
was insane.
that goes with what I'm saying. In today's, they're looking for dads. They're looking for somebody to take care of. They want a father. Like, where else can somebody, where a man would just randomly give you money when you ask for it without giving him anything in return? Where does that come?
Oh,
Usually
because she looked
children.
good.
But it's one of those things where it's like, oh, you look good, so let me pay you. But that's, he's trying to get something. Like, it's one of those things. Where does a man give, like, you give your daughter money, you take care of your daughter, she can come to you without, you don't be like, what you gonna bring me to your daughter? You're like, here, go. You give him money. So they want a father
But
dressed up
yeah,
as a partner. They don't
we're,
want, like,
we're not collectively telling brothers though, even the younger generation, but we're not telling brothers even in our own bracket, stop spending money on chicks that's not your wife. I didn't say be cheap. I didn't say, don't take them out another, but don't give husband benefits to a woman that you're dating. Okay? There's no such thing as men moving in with women. I understand baby boy disappearing acts. Don't play that role.
mhm.
And it's bad that these guys are out here spending money on chicks that never took their weave off in front of them. So you don't know what the heck you are spending money on because she's always covered up in her mess.
Because they don't be caring about the what she looked like in the front. As long as she thick and she got a nice, that's all That's why
It's
I got to a point when I realized once you start to take the sex out of the equation and you really start to like ask women like real questions, more in-depth questions about themselves, you'll start to realize a lot of women aren't, they don't like themselves. And it's
what do
just
you mean by take the sex out the equation?
taking the aspect of, okay, I find you attractive and I want to connect with you on that. Like if you have sex with a woman, it shapes how you see her. If the especially if the sex is good, you see her differently. And when I take sex out of the equation, don't get me wrong, we can still have sex. It's just now the sex isn't what makes the connection. Now I really want to understand and get
What?
to know you for who you are versus me trying to connect with you on a sexual level.
But why is the sex why is the sex even being highlighted? That's just a
Because
part of the
that's where people
package.
that's what people focus mostly on in today's society. So I don't want you to have sex with nobody else. That's what the whole relationship dynamic is about. Not wanting people to have sex with somebody
Well,
else.
but if you allow that, if you because we know the women control access to it, but if we allow it to be utilized against us as a bargaining chip, now here we go. Yeah, I know Twan heard me say this. If 60% of women say, I'm not having sex with you unless you get life insurance, a lot of dudes will go out and get life insurance.
Yeah, but
But
they wouldn't keep would keep it. That's
I'm,
the thing. Like it's one of those things. Like even when people say women control the access to sex, I'm like, I get it. In theory, it sounds amazing, but they don't.
in
I mean,
theory,
yeah, in theory, if a woman comes to me
you,
and says
you,
she wants
you,
to have sex with me, and I say I don't want to
you
have sex
ever
with you, huh?
you ever heard of the Me Too movement?
What do you? Yeah, I
You
heard of
ever
me.
heard of you ever heard of Diddy? You ever heard of all the people that been highlighted thinking they can buy or manipulate or force their way to get something as sex?
No, where I was coming from was if you don't want to have sex with a person, whether you're a male or female, woman or man, the person that don't want to have sex with the person controls the access to sex, not the woman. Just because she has a vagina, that means if a woman comes to me and wants to have sex with me, and I tell her I don't want to have sex with her, who controls the access to sex, me or her?
Oh, so you wasn't around during the booty call era where guys used to go to women's houses 10, 11, 12, 1 o'clock in the morning and be out before the kids wake up. Because that was very popular during the 90s and 2000, bro.
Wait, are you listening to it? Wait, huh? Are you
I
hearing me?
am. What I'm trying to tell you is that there's no way in the world that you can come out and automatically teach men dick discipline. That's what you're describing, dick discipline.
Yeah,
But
but if all guys aren't having sex with every, like, it's not one of those, like, if a guy's not attracted to a woman and a woman is coming and trying to have sex with her and he says he don't want to have sex with him, I don't think that's dick discipline. I just think he's not attracted to her.
niggas are fucking all kinds of average chicks out here.
But all the point that I was making was the fact that it's
Not
not
all of
really,
us.
it's not the, yeah, it's not. He said niggas. He wasn't talking about you, Twine. You a little different.
No, I'm
But all I
fucking.
was saying, is the fact that
I'm,
women don't control the access to sex. Whoever is the person that wants to have sex and the person who don't want to have sex, they control the access. So if a woman comes to me and like I
but
want to have sex with you, and I tell her no, she doesn't have access to have sex with me. So it's not women
okay.
control the access to
So
sex.
you're speaking about a certain caliber of men with no alcohol, no hookah, no weed involved.
I'm just speaking on
Because
the fact. Uh-huh.
I mean, I'm just saying because we've had a lot of instances in the last 30 years where we blame it on the alcohol. Okay, and I don't care if the woman is 400 pounds or 100 pounds. We have 70% of us are accidental babies. We wasn't part of the planned pregnancy. So I'm just pushing back just a slight to let you know. If you look at the average female and say, "Let me see a picture of your baby daddy," trust me, that is not Denzel looking. It's not Omar Epps looking. I mean, they sleeping with some ugly dude. And the same thing vice versa. You be like, how the hell you get pregnant? But
Mhm.
hey, I'm being honest.
Oh
Looks
yeah,
is
no,
really
I'm not.
subjective.
I'm not
It's
going away from that, all I was saying is women don't control the access to sex. I keep hearing guys say like women control the access to sex. And I'm like, they don't. If I don't want to have sex, if a woman comes to you right now, Carl, and say I want to have sex with you, and she 900 pounds, and you're like, yeah, I'm not trying to have. Who controls the access to sex? You or her?
Well, I control that I don't want to. I get your point.
That's all I'm saying.
I have a weight limit. Okay. But overall, on the average black male, they want that PlayStation 5. They're gonna hit
But
that
that's what you
900
gotta add,
pounds, Jack.
add more context to it. I ain't say if she's gonna offer you to put.
I mean,
If
I'm
a
just
woman
saying
just
because we got so many variables. I mean, to be honest, like
no, I'm just talking
that's
about period. You said women control the access to sex. That's all I was.
they
I was just
do. That's why. Listen, that's why they have a law, right? They have a law that if you take sex from a woman against her will, whether you force or not, you go to jail as a male. Now, in the flip side of it, you don't see as much, even though it exists, you don't see as much vice versa. Because even from a male stripper industry, right?
Mhm.
Guys have to shut up. They can't go there and say, yo, man, these four chicks jumped me and took off my clothes and jumped on it. They can't do that. But a woman,
Yeah,
oh, man.
but that's because men are strong. Yeah, I get it,
Huh?
but that's because men
Huh?
are they're physically stronger than women. So it's one of those things
That's
where
not true. That's not true. I've seen too many. I got some that work for me that will kick me, you, Antoine's ass. They
no,
work.
I'm not
I'm
saying
telling you,
that.
bro.
I'm not. Wait,
Shit,
I
I'm
said
not
men.
letting no woman beat
Wait,
me up.
time out. I said men are
Let no
stronger than
woman
women.
beat
You're
me.
saying it's not true that men aren't stronger than women?
There are some women out here that are equal
Some.
or surpassing the
Mhm.
No,
strength
I
of
get what he's
men.
saying. It is some women out here a little bit
No, I'm not
very
saying
strong.
I'm not. I'm talking about from a biological anatomy standpoint.
From
Men
what we was taught, yes. From
are
what we was
usually
taught, yes.
stronger
But
than
we
women.
have evolved since then,
That's
and
why
we
women
have
don't
seen
play male
women.
sports. Are you talking about the
I'm
trend?
saying I have seen women bench press what I bench press.
No, I'm not saying there
So
aren't women who are strong. I'm talking about just on a anatomy level. A woman's
yes,
body and a male's body. Who's usually stronger? The male or the woman?
yes.
That's all
That's
I'm
why
saying.
we're the. That's why when the cops show up, we're the first ones to go to jail. I get
That's
what you're
all I was
saying
saying. That's the reason
because,
why.
but you're missing the point that I was making. Is what we have been taught for how many decades? Because nobody wants to accept the fact that there's a lot of evolving going on there. There are female criminals. They're not just doing minor stuff. They are taking men virginity. They are making men have sex. They're doing crime, Jack.
I just think I ain't gonna lie. I just think of Norbert and Rasputin when you like taking people's
Come
virginity. Just
on.
like
Yeah, man. You
you gonna
got
give me
some
that?
chicks out here that evolved in a sense that when I say there's no equality, yes, I stand on that by principle. But man, I'm getting surprised every day at women that are doing things that, yo, bro, you can only carry 2 cases of water. She brought in 3. What the hell?
Hey, cause she is strong. They had to be strong by circumstance and living situation. They had no choice. They had to figure it out. So I get it. I understand. But that's what
Or,
they say is an
or,
outlier.
or, because I've heard that a lot because of no man around or independence and all of this stuff. Have you ever thought that some of these women set out to be stronger? Like I said earlier, a lot of these women are trying to become the men that they can't have financially, college degree, and even in strength.
I think that I definitely understand where you're coming from with that. I think with that, a lot of women it's because back in the day, the narrative was a man is only good for the money that he's bringing. So I think a lot of times when women be like they don't need a man, they're talking about
A man was more valuable back then because there was no pushback on his purpose and design. Today, there ain't nothing you can do that I can't do. Matter of fact, I can go out there on Friday and Saturday night and pick me up a dude anytime I want.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of today's society. That's what makes it
And they're
amazing.
getting it. And they're getting it.
I think it's one of those now women have more freedom to do things way versus back then they didn't have a lot of freedom to do it, especially societal
No.
freedom.
Because
So
they was more modest and they was more understanding. Like I mentioned before, but I remember I gotta watch what audience I'm talking to. There was a time where you wouldn't catch a woman without stockings on. Today, they're not wearing stockings in church.
yeah, the time. That's why times has changed. It's time to evolve. That's why I be
The
pushing the
only
message.
women that I knew wore weaves and wigs, mostly
Grandma,
wigs, was the elderly people in the church.
yeah,
Now,
with their little braids. Yeah,
don't be surprised if a 17-year-old girl don't have a wig or weave on. You're trying to figure out, girl, you didn't even reach 21. What you got? Receding hairline? What's
yeah,
going
because
on?
they came up with this new concept that only exist in the black community, and it's called protective hairstyles. And I'm like, protecting your hair from what? The sun? When that's your hair, it goes towards the sun for a
Well, they're gonna be
reason.
in trouble now. They're gonna be in trouble now because them guys is on strike, and if they can't bring in from across seas all of that, y'all gonna be in trouble. You thought the pandemic was something. Let them ships
Hey, that
stop
strike
coming
ain't
things
gonna last.
in.
They'll figure it out, or they won't.
Yeah. You can't order nothing if the ships are not working to bring it into the United States.
Oh
No,
yeah,
they ain't playing that shit. They trying to get more money. So
Yeah.
they right now down the port ain't shit moving right now. Only
oh they.
people doing something. The only people doing something down the port right now is the union people. That's the only people. Everybody else on strike. They ain't doing it. They, right now losing so much money right now is ridiculous.
But that's why I'm saying that they're going to the strike won't last that long because everybody's
Oh,
it's not
it last. Listen, the port of Baltimore, them niggas down there, yeah,
no.
they ain't
What I'm
playing.
saying is I'm not talking about the people holding out. I'm not saying they're not going to hold out. What I'm saying is the people ahead of them they're losing money. So it's
Yeah.
like at a certain
Oh
point
yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
lifestyle that you're living you won't be able to afford it because you're not having the income come in as consistently. So now it's like okay, I get it. You want to hold out and whatnot, but you're losing money too. Even
It
though
doesn't matter.
I
Well, let
understand.
me tell you
I
something.
don't know. They
When
looking
you
for more money. I don't know because they
when
there's
you're in
something.
the industry when you're in the industry where you can choke hold the majority, oh you won't give up that money. Because
Yeah.
that's like if the buses and subways go on strike. Boy,
Right now they need them peoples right now. So them peoples know what they
yeah.
doing.
That's
They
that's
it's a lot. It ain't no like no just no handful of people.
Mhm,
it's a
Majority
lot.
everybody walked out. It's you know what I mean.
mhm.
Majority everybody walked. Only people down there doing something right now is union people down there, and it took them. They were saying something about it on the news. It took them so long to get shit unloaded, try to get shit unloaded, and all that other shit, and the shit they can't even let
Mhm.
in right now because the people's on strike.
Yeah, and that's why
Even the
the
office
people on those
personnel.
companies they gonna have to be like, bro, we can't because at a certain point, it's really the union. I mean, the people who's working there, they're losing money. They're losing a little money compared to the people who's running these
They gonna
facilities.
have to
They're
give
losing
them
a
people's what
lot
they
of money,
want though. They gonna have to give them people's what they want. As
and
obviously they ain't giving them people's what they were supposed to be getting. You know what I mean?
they'll give it to them.
You know what I mean? So
And you
eventually
got to
they have to
remember,
work something out.
they'll give it to
and
them.
you got to remember something. Everything has a domino effect. And I said this even when they did all these murders and things with young kids and boys and men, from George Floyd on up. If every black man had over 50,000, $100,000 life insurance policy, the insurance companies will speak up and say, yo, y'all gotta stop killing these black dudes. It's costing us money. So the same thing like we just said, if you're talking about $1 billion industry, if not more, when it comes to
Hmm.
weave and hair, man, listen, somebody's suffering if they don't get their money. So of
Yes,
course they're gonna make a call and be like, "Yo, give them whatever they want because you're messing with my economy.
Yes, and
Even
that's
my job, we gonna suffer too because we gotta get the
Of
shit off the
course, it's a
list.
domino effect.
everybody, literally every industry in the world, because we're the biggest. I think we're the biggest import
Yes,
state.
we are import export state, but look at it on the surface that when it comes to men, we don't need a lot.
Oh yeah,
Most of our stuff is right here in the United States. You want some socks, you want some boxes, t-shirt, pants, shirt. That's it. Hell, we can shave. All of this is United States stuff. But when it comes to a woman, majority of her stuff she got to get from across seas.
And you
She's
gotta
going to
look
be
at
affected.
majority right now. Right now
who's the,
is
who's
really
who spends
tough.
the most money?
It's
Women
really
are the
see,
biggest.
and that right this moment is really tough right now because the bread's down. Them
Hmm.
ships trying to get in, and them peoples
Hmm.
ain't working. You know what I mean? They on strike and shit. It's really tough right now, and shit
It's
rate
going
go
to do
up.
it, yeah.
A lot of shit rate go up right now.
Just like the pandemic.
100%.
Yeah, a lot of things grade go up. If you ain't seen nothing up now, you grade see it now. You know what I
And,
mean?
and that's what I wanted to segue into. Why I'm saying all of this because it's a connected dot.
Hmm.
When you say independent woman, you're supposed to be independent. I mean, come on, we learned that when we were 17,
Adult.
18, 19,
That's an
21.
adult.
Right,
Hmm.
that's being an adult. But when I look at a lot of women today, with the things I hear coming out their mouth and their thought pattern, there's no contingency. If you go to any one of these single women's house right now, even the ones with children, there is very, very, if not no contingency on what happens if your car breaks down. What happens if the lights go out? What There's no plan B for nothing.
Well, I think the contingency plan in with most women in today's society is to fall back on the marriage. That's where marriage comes in at. That's why the
Oh, so
yeah.
now you want a black man because you need him,
Yeah.
but prior to you didn't need him though.
Yeah, but that's why they had to make all their money and do all that stuff because you push the narrative of making money, you don't need no man and whatnot, and then you get to a certain point, you start to realize I got all this money.
The summer over
Now
with.
what?
Hot girl
They don't
summer
have
over
all
with.
this money. Hold on. Where you get this? They have save up all this money. First of all, the average black woman do not have enough money set aside to pay her mortgage or rent for a year in case something happens.
No,
The
I'm not talking about.
majority of
I was talking about
even
women saying they don't need a man because of finance. That's where I was coming from. The
well, that's
financial.
what I'm talking about. It doesn't matter if the woman that says she don't need a man, the woman that's a single mother or have multiple baby mothers, it doesn't matter. They all do not have contingency. Because I look
Hot
at it
girl
this
summer
way.
over with, right? The hot girl summer over with. So they if it's winter time, they need a warm a warm
Body.
warm nigga right there.
Listen, I'm you know what I'm gonna say. Fuckable
With
versus
spring
keepable.
with springtime kick in and all that good shit. Yeah, you back to the curb, nigga.
Yeah.
Now you talk about that seasonal shit. No, I'm not ready there. What I look at is what I look at, and I've said this a few times that the average woman right now that claims
Mhm.
she's independent, especially those with kids, if you took a poll, a lot of these kids do not have life insurance. So how independent are you if you are not taking care of the responsibility that a man would do? Because most men of certain caliber are already taught to have life insurance on everybody in the household, to have contingency. Baby, I can't work right now because I injured myself, something happened, but I got a plan B to carry us for
Wait,
6 months a year.
I'm curious. What is if you were to give like an age bracket of the man that you're talking about? What is the age of the man where they have a contingency plan for the future?
Contingency,
Yeah.
contingency is usually brought in a man's viewpoint when he's in his 30s for the most part, definitely by 40. And the
So I think
reason
that's.
being,
Mhm.
I mean, unless he's taught younger, like 18, 21, and there's a few of them out there, but
Yeah,
not the
yeah.
majority. But when they get to that pinnacle point of where, yo, I've been through a few things or I've seen a few things, let me make sure.
Yes.
And that's, like I said, 30, 35, 40. By 40, definitely. But
Yes.
it's
So,
sad because they're not being taught that no more.
and I was gonna say at what age? Because I think a lot of the stuff that I'm realizing, especially when it comes to having these conversations, is there's like a big age gap between the women who are desiring the guys. It's like the type of guys
Yeah,
that,
they're going after the older ones because
yeah,
they know the older ones got the contingency. You
yeah,
see
but
how
then
smart it is?
and that's where it's one of those things where they're going after the older guys for the older
Mhm.
guys contingency plans, but that's where the issue, because it's usually the younger women who's complaining about the guys that they're talking to.
But I didn't say they was that, like I said earlier, comprehension.
Hmm.
They know how to bypass or get a quick fix, but the intelligence level hasn't reached about investment.
Oh yeah.
Not just be fuckable, but qualify to be keepable. Because if you get an older dude and he got his pension, he got his social, he got land, he got all this stuff together, and plan
Mhm.
B's and C's, he's not going to take but so much crap from you. You're going to have to be what he needs because you're replaceable from his standpoint. And I see that they want to go after these older guys, but like I said, the younger guys are the ones that are suffering when it comes to that part because even though they don't have what the older guy does, they still getting play from these women.
Mhm.
And I just finished talking about that a little while ago about, here's a guy that don't have children. And here's a guy that got three, four baby mamas. Who do you think these women are going to sleep with?
Um, I'm the guy who don't have kids, so uh, they gonna go after the guys who do got kids.
Like, mhm. The reason is, and I call it the Groupon relationship. How can I get a relationship without earning it, without working too much? You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It's sort of like less responsibility, less I got to put in because I don't know what interdependency is, or even if I do, I don't want to give that because that means I got to be vulnerable. Hell no, I'm not going to be vulnerable.
I think when it comes to vulnerability, I think it's yeah, it's just interesting just because a lot of times people aren't really vulnerable with the person that they connect with, which is kind of interesting to me. It's kind of weird to me because like
Mhm.
you're having sex with them, but you don't feel safe enough to tell them about what you got going. Like, oh, it don't be it. I know more about the stuff that I know more about women in their relationship with the guys than the guys that they're in a relationship with know about them. It's kind of like, yo, what are
Yeah,
y'all?
yeah,
They don't even like you sleeping in the bed. Like, what are you?
yeah. We could tell about what kind of man you're used to and qualify for by just looking at what you say, what you don't say, and I can tell about the dude that you're sleeping with by what you're bragging about because we as men know what I don't want to say category, but what caliber of man that you're dealing with. We know this. We're men.
Mhm.
You bragging about some dude that met you 72 hours ago and already he want to buy you a Prada bag and take you out and pay your rent. We know what kind of dudes those are because we're not them dudes.
Mhm. Yeah. It reminds
Yeah,
me of like Derek Jackson when he was hot during the stage. He was hot. It's like, bro, all the dudes I know
exactly.
knew that he was like, brother's a
Of
fire. He's
course.
a pander. He's doing, but all the women like,
Come on.
nah, this is, and it's like when everything came out, I was like, oh damn, I'd have never thought. It's like, yeah, we saw this
Exactly.
y'all, and I think that's one of the biggest things where a lot of women don't actually know what they want. They like the idea of thinking they know what they want, but the reality of it is they don't really know what they want because they never had it before to even know. So it's like, oh, I think I want a man. I want a man to be this way, but it's like you never experienced a man before to even know. All the little boys you've
Nah.
been dealing with was never men. So how are you coming to me saying you know what a man is supposed to be, or how like somebody I was talking to was telling me how she knew this
No,
dude.
you know what convenience look like. You don't know what a man look like.
Yeah,
Big difference. The
100%,
guys that you dealt with were convenient,
hundred
but they
percent.
were not. They was not the type of dudes. And like I said, I use the word qualify a lot because it is, by definition, what it is. If you have a GED and you're applying for a job that requires a bachelor's, you don't qualify.
Yeah, and I think it's one of those things where I don't even think they just know what they think they want, and it's like even when I talk to women about like the guys that they're talking to, it's like, okay, he's telling you what he's into, and it's like, well, I don't care what he's into. I just know what how I want him to be. Like it don't matter what he's telling me. What I want matters more than what he wants. So I want what I want, and he better give me what I want, or there's gonna be some issues. I'm gonna find somebody to replace him,
Well,
and it's kind of like a
I'm gonna say this. We've been called misogynistic for the past couple of years now. I've been hearing that word a lot because I see that's one of the go-to words that a lot of women are using: narcissistic and misogyny. Even though most of them can't even spell the damn thing, but it's all right.
and they don't know what they actually
Um,
mean. But yeah,
yeah, regurgitating what they hear social media or whatever. But
hmm
this is my thing though. When people talk, sometimes they tell on themselves, right?
hmm
So I started introducing a new word. Hopefully, it would circulate. And I'm trying to get people to look up definitions of words instead of making up their own.
look
So
up or the
I say,
etymology. Look up the etymology of the word so you can understand what it
yeah,
means. Because
what the intention is, correct. So I started throwing out the word misandry.
hey,
And a
girl.
lot of women is looking at me like, what the hell is that?
hmm
That's you. Because you the one complaining that all men are dogs and they do this and this, that, or third. So you're basically describing that you have a discernment, a real ill about men,
hmm
but yet you still want to benefit from them.
hmm
What is misandry?
That makes sense, and I think once you even for me it's like learning self-esteem. Like you date according to the level of your self-esteem. You attract the type of guys into your life based on how you see yourself, and a lot of times
But they
women,
don't.
if they put the filter on, they got the makeup on. I was gonna make a video about this, and I'm still gonna do it. But it's like asking women, like, is your confidence when you choose a guy, are you choosing
Hell
the
no.
guy based on your confidence when you have the face full of makeup, or are you choosing a guy when you are natural and you call yourself looking rough? Like, what is the level that you're using to determine whether or not this guy is quality for you or not? Is it when I okay
Hold
when I'm
up,
They don't give
hold
a
up,
damn
time out,
about the men. It's for a competition. But
mhm.
time out. With my other co-host Trinity, get up here for a second.
Oh, is she even here?
Yeah, she over there.
She
Trinity,
she disappeared. She ain't. I don't know.
Trinity,
she there.
Trinity.
She didn't disappeared on us because she said this
Well,
was a guy's conversation.
I'm about to disappear on y'all ass too, cause I have to get up in the
Why?
morning. Cause I have to get up in the morning, go to work in the
All
You
right.
know,
morning.
so smoke another blunt and chill for a few.
I'm already sleepy already, man.
Oh
Yeah, I can tell.
Lord.
But
See, that's a sign of getting
co-host,
older.
you got it. Take
Oh yeah,
care.
you good.
I'll see
Huh?
y'all.
Uh,
Friend, you heard
Twan,
what I
Twan
had
got to
said.
Uh,
go.
What happened now?
She was
Twan,
probably eating.
Twan ran out of weed, and he
She
Why
was
got
are
to
over
get
you
there
up and
why,
eating.
go to
That's
work.
why
why. That's
hold on.
why.
Najee, why are you in my skin so deep?
Yeah,
Oh,
you
I
I
over
was.
there.
didn't know I was eating.
How did I know?
Elaborate.
I just
How you
understand.
know these things?
I,
You got cameras?
We
Listen,
we we
listen. My two
we
co-hosts.
stopped hearing you
I
breathing.
know
That's
y'all
why.
got it. I know y'all got it. Hold it down. I see y'all next week, but I gotta
oh
get
yeah,
out of here because I see I gotta get up in the morning for work.
all good.
Okay, old man.
Bye, y'all. Talk to y'all
You
later.
too.
Later, Twan. I'll be
Later.
waiting for the next week's topic because you know my topics be sucking.
Hey, I
No,
love
I'm
your
gonna see.
topics. Your topic.
Hey, I think I seen one. I'm gonna send you one. All right.
All
See.
right, later.
All right, but I think this is what I think too. I think it's interesting because I don't know if a lot of guys do this, but what qualities? Because I don't think a lot of women know the qualities that they should look for in a guy to even know if he's a qualified mate. I think a lot of times it's money thing. Okay, the guy's flashing money, he's taking care of you, so now you think, oh, this guy is a qualified mate, but he's not. It's like,
Go get a ditty.
yeah, it's one of those things where a lot of these dudes are
Uh-huh.
using money as a way to overcompensate for their own insecurities. So it's like,
But see, when you ask the average woman what is a quality man, they don't have a clue. Like I said, if you ask them what misandry mean, or how to spell misogynist or narcissist, they'll get stuck. Why? Because they don't read the dictionary. They don't really
Oh,
comprehend.
no, I'm sorry, Carl. Because Najee be all up in my grill. You know.
oh, I wasn't even.
Oh, you wasn't?
No, I wasn't. I missed
Oh,
this.
okay, so I'm projecting.
I
was
missed
up
it
there
this
trying to
time.
spell misogyny. And I'm like,
I thought you were
I got
responding to
stuck.
Carl.
Wait, I got stuck. And I thought it showed on my face. And I thought Najee caught it.
No, I thought you was responding to Carl. Like he was like, oh.
I was like, GYN.
I do.
So
When
I'm
he's-
sorry. I'm projecting.
Listen.
Maybe my
I'm not
I
in there.
so listen.
Mhm.
I so badly after so many lives and conversations I've had with people. I really want to do a online spelling bee because the things that I hear people say, I know they can't spell it by the way they pronounce it.
Or just ask them, what is that definition? What does that word mean? You
They
can do it
apply
online.
it.
They won't be able to spell it, or they won't be able to explain what it means.
They're see. This is what we're saying. A lot of things that we hear on social media by men and women, mostly by the women, are things that they created their own definition. Like it's like if I call you a narcissist, I'm cursing at you like you're a motherfucker. But you don't even know what it really actually means. You think you're
Yeah.
insulting me, but you're really insulting yourself as an unintelligent person.
Right.
So I need that because that is the only way you're going to have proper communication. Number one, it's also a way to attract the people that are intelligent enough to know how to spell things.
Mhm.
And three, it will make you more confident in having a conversation. Because one thing that's sad is it's very sad when somebody can see through you as a unintelligent person, a bullshit artist. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It's like, I mean, really, it's like somebody that can't read and they're sitting in the room having a conversation with you. And listen, bro, I could tell you can't read. Why are you trying to camouflage? I can see you.
But you have to be able to recognize that a lot of the times to if a person can't read, to the person who doesn't lack the awareness to understand, okay, this person doesn't know what they're talking about because they're saying stuff that don't really make sense. They're just going. That's like the power of social media. Like people just go with what sounds good, even if it don't make sense to the person who actually understands what
But
they're.
that's what our 5 and 7 year olds do. They repeat what they hear, even though they don't have a clue of what it means. That's what little
Kids
kids
do,
do.
yes, 100. And most adults are emotionally unregulated. Like you
Oh
start to
my
see it.
God.
You said
We're,
that's
we're
why
doomed.
they're
We're
children.
doomed.
That's why this
We're
whole
doomed.
relationship topic is so interesting because when I talk to people, it's like you're a kid. The stuff you're desiring and wanting from a person is what kids want from a. You want somebody. I want somebody to reassure me that it's gonna be okay. I want somebody to validate me. It's like, what? Do it yourself. Why are you looking to another
Right.
person to do it yourself? But it's like
And
it's
understand,
hard.
I don't think to understand, I really believe that people are scared of being independent because if you went through a couple of failures, it kind of like for the most part, it deters people or make them feel uncomfortable or
Mhm,
not as confident.
mhm.
Um, Not realizing that you got to go through struggles in order to build yourself up,
It's
right? To
lessons,
appreciate it.
yeah.
But um, interdependency. When was the last time you heard a black woman use the word interdependency when she's describing a relationship, her standards, her preferences. You really
Never. I ain't never heard it. You the first person I heard use the word, to be honest.
come on. Interdependency, by definition, is two people, not one, going after the same goal. Wow, isn't that what marriage is? Two
Nah,
people care about each other.
that's where it becomes iffy because a lot of times people have their own agenda behind why they want to get married or what they're coming into the marriage with. And I think that's where the disconnect is because we use the same words, but it means different things to certain people. Like
Oh,
I
but
want to be
that's the thing. Interdependency is not subjective, and there's no way you can misconstrue that to mean nothing else.
two people with the same goal in mind in regards to marriage, goal in mind in regards to what?
Whatever it is, whatever the goal is.
Because I think that's where
Look it
the
up.
no,
Look at what.
I believe you 100%. Where I'm
Right.
going is the interdependent. You have to be on the same. Y'all have to have the same common mindset be on the same
Yes.
page. People are
Yes.
not actually on the same. That's the thing. People are not on the same page when they get married. That's why it's like I don't know if you be seeing the different videos of the women. I saw one video where the guy was breaking his vows down, and the woman and the pastor was like, "And till what is the one where they talk about money?" He was like,
Oh,
"Better."
and she started.
And
Yeah,
she was like,
yeah,
"Yeah, I don't know about that. Like, if you start to lose,
yeah,
it's one of those things
yeah,
where people like they have a goal,
That
and
was the obey. She was okay with everything
yeah,
until
yes.
it was
it's
the obey part.
and that's where it's like we have the same goal. We want to get married, but your version of what you want in regards to marriage is different from his version, and I think that's where the disconnect is in today's
I
society
would have
because
walked
we use
But
away
can I
and
say
left her.
something if I
Mhm,
may?
if you
mhm.
may, you know
That's
me.
because there's a lack of interdependency. You see, there's nothing tricky about interdependency.
No,
No,
it's not.
Interdependency is interdependency where both partners rely upon each other, right?
Correct.
And each partner works with the other partner's strengths.
teammate,
They're in it for the same outcome, they're in it for the same goal,
the
they're
betterment
in
of
it
one
for
another.
the same result, and they're
Yes,
in it, most importantly, together. So
yes.
there is no dependent, codependent, or nothing like that.
And
Hmm.
that's what
I'm
our
an individual,
grandparents had.
you're an individual, and we come together at
Hmm.
as one in our individuality, thinking about the other one, taking consideration about the other one, taking care of the other one. It's always
Hmm.
about servitude because interdependency is always about thinking about the other one. So there's nothing tricky about
Oh yeah,
interdependency.
I agree a
You get
hundred
that?
percent. Where
And
where
let me
I'm
say,
coming from is understanding in today's dynamic. Like y'all are older. I'm 30, so I'm with like the older generation. Y'all understand this
We're
through y'all.
stupid. The older generation is stupid. The
No,
older
y'all just
generation,
understand
no,
y'all
no,
mature.
no, no,
No,
honey.
no,
I'm of the older generation. Hear me out.
okay,
The older generation is stupid.
right.
I'm not asking you. I'm telling you. This is not a debate.
okay.
They're stupid. Notice I said we're not. No, we're stupid, right? They're
Mhm.
stupid. They're stupid because they're set in their ways, and
Yep.
pride has taken such hold on them that they'd rather be right than succeed. The older generation is stupid. Don't look for the older generation. Look for the smarter individual, the
Okay,
sensible individual.
I
And
got you. Where I
and
was going with the older when
they
I said
fail to pass it down because to your point, we got through slavery through interdependency.
Hmm.
You
yes,
understand what I'm
Jim
saying?
Crow through
mhm,
Uh,
interdependency.
100%.
exactly. So the interdependency is what got us to where we are now, allowed us to be where we at now. And for the new generation from 97, 1997 till now, it's a disrespect slap in the face because without the interdependency, you see what the outcome is.
But that's so when I was saying about the older generation is more so the awareness. Y'all have more awareness to understand things. Not I guess if y'all don't based on
Certain
experience.
No, no,
ones,
no.
certain ones.
Okay. So here we go. Here's the thing, right? Interdependency is about secure attachment style,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
Those who were born in the 70s, like myself,
Hmm.
right? Those who were born in the 70s and even the 60s. We have either anxious attachment styles, avoidant attachment styles, or disorganized attachment styles.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Okay. And most of us, especially in our community, we don't seek therapy, we don't seek counseling, we don't seek any type of mental health.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, guess what we're going to do? We're going to grow up with insecurities.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have insecure attachment styles.
Mm-hmm.
And this is because a lot of us were molested, a lot of us were sexually violated, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
A lot of us was exposed to AIDS and the
Mm-hmm.
crack epidemic at the same time. So we are the most
Violence.
unhealed generation. So
Mm-hmm.
therefore, if we are unhealed, that means that we are still in the pain.
Mm-hmm.
And if we're still in the pain, we have not gotten out of it to develop any wisdom, to be smart.
That makes sense.
Let
So
me
where
let
I
me
was
hold
going,
on to let me say something real quick to
you
that.
good, you good, you good.
As we don't have the healing mechanism, because like I said, we didn't have therapy before our time, 40s, 50s, 30s. There was no such thing as that for Black people. But
Mm-hmm.
the interdependency became our therapy, and that's the difference that today is missing. I don't care how many psychiatrists, how many therapists you go pay for. Without the interdependency, you're never going to heal.
Yeah, but the thing with interdependency, Carl, that you have to understand is that the person must first
Be whole
feel secure within themselves, right?
for it to work.
So
Right.
Mm-hmm.
they cannot get into a healthy relationship with a healthy mate or a healthy spouse
Mm-hmm.
until that part of them is addressed first, which means that there requires a third party beyond their mate, their spouse, or their husband and wife, whatever the hell you want to call it.
Hey, just
So
click the
now
link
we
in
go.
the thing. But I was gonna say what you were saying, Trinity, too. On top of that, I think the propaganda started to come in too, where they created more of the disconnect there as
More
well.
excuses.
When it became like now it's a more of like the wedding means 3 months of your salary and it's the and forever, and it was never about that prior to, like, it wasn't let's get married so you can buy a fat ring. It was about the coming together. It was about the unity. It was about the team. Now it went away from that. Now it's the woman wanting a guy to
It's
almost,
about capitalism.
yes,
They
100%.
so here's the thing, and I've said this on IG in many lives, right? Family values has been replaced with materialistic things.
100%.
You know, the moment I hear somebody say, "Oh, marriage is just a contract," or "marriage is a business," I already know they have no idea what that union entails, right? And it also allows me to know where they are in consciousness, as well as their psychological development. But
Mm-hmm.
that's neither here nor there.
Mm-hmm.
I will say this: marriage is the state of the union.
Mm-hmm.
It has nothing to do with contract and has nothing to do with business. There were no contracts and businesses in like the first marriage in the biblical times. Or if somebody want to say, "Oh, I don't believe in the Bible," the earliest marriage that you can think of. I don't care. Okay, in the Bible, out the Bible is the first marriage you
Union. It was a
can go
union.
back to in your mind, in your imagination.
Mm-hmm.
So, with that being the case, I had to Google, when did the first marriage license take place? Guess what, y'all? It was after the 1800s.
Yeah, 19.
Whoa,
Yes, it was.
whoa. So you
Mhm.
mean to tell me that people that were married
Yeah.
the 1800s and beyond were never married because the states weren't involved? You know, I think that a lot of people today are moving more into their feeling space more than they are in their logical state. Because if we were more logical, we would have a
And
lot less contention.
we're
Yeah.
contributing to it because even our music, I remember we could go back to a lot of songs that actually openly said, hey, let's get married. Marriage was included in everything. Now you can find our current list of songs and they don't say anything about marriage. None of them.
I think that's is one of those things too, where also a lot of people are just being influenced by so many other. Like
Yeah.
it don't be making sense. Y'all looking to Cardi B and it's so crazy to me because it's not real. It's like it's not real. Like this
Mm-hmm.
is not a real person. This is a character. And you're
Mm-hmm.
idolizing this character as if those are the goals for the how you want to.
Yeah.
And it's like people are they really be, and it's like, bro, what's going on?
The first,
I think
what
I
is the
think the
first
last
commandment?
I think the last
Hold
time
on.
that black people saw black family structure or marriage was Cosby, Family Matters, things like that. Even Good Time.
And
That was the
Fresh
last
Prince
time
of
we
Bel Air
really
was a
saw
good
it.
one too.
You didn't see marriage positive anywhere else. And that's what gave us hope. But then when that all went away, forget about reruns. When it all went away and they started doing new things, even the Tyler Perry, you see a lot of people single, or it's always like a wait and exhale type situation.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, we're being contaminated to believe that single is a badge of honor, when in reality, marriage was a badge of honor because it showed that you was qualified to maintain something for longevity. And I talk about this a lot. The women today, when they have their checklist, because you always hear guys asking, well, what kind of man you want? They never mention, I want a guy that's going to be around long enough to wipe the shit from my ass if I'm sick. They don't. They just like
I
they
hear
don't
him say
mention.
a person to grow old with. I do hear him say that, but I ain't never heard him say that specific.
That's they don't even see what that look like, because if you really ask them and pry further, what look at from like I've going back again from 2000 till now. Name something black people have done for 10, 20 years straight. Niggas can't even keep their cell phone number that long.
I have
Their
my
residence that long. Their job. Come on. The only thing the motherfuckers do for 10, 20 years is I had kids.
well. They do like the same sports team now.
Bullshit. Bullshit.
Remind me of that little kid bullshit.
Let them keep losing and watch how all of a sudden they become
Hey,
Pittsburgh
I'm
Steelers.
I'm closer to the Bay, so all the Raider fans, all the 49er fans, I'm like, bro, y'all still. When was the last time y'all won a Super? We gonna win
Hey,
it this
they
year. Every year it's the same thing. It's been 20 years. You wasn't even born and you like this thing, but the last time they won. I think it's one of those things like I was saying earlier. It's like women. I think women they don't know. They really don't know the type of quality. Like there's women I talked to and they're like, I knew this dude was a good father, so I had a kid by him. And I'm like, what qualities were you going by to determine whether he was a good father
no,
or not? Were you getting
no,
this?
I don't know about good father, because if you look at the even the majority of single mothers right now, parenting skills was never a part of the conversation. You really actually believe, with as many single parents that we have right now, you really believe that when they first got together, parenting skills was one of the conversations?
No, no, I'm talking about women who's dealing with guys with multiple kids already.
Oh, those are convenient.
But
Remember,
that's
I
that's
just
that's where I was. So where I was going with that is women don't understand the qualities to look for in a guy. Like women tell me, "Oh,
of course
I
not.
knew he was a good father," and it's like, what? How did you know that? Well, when his kid they had fun together. It's like they had fun together.
Mhm.
What are you?
Yeah,
How are you coming up like, bro?
yeah,
So you had a
yeah.
baby with this dude because you saw how much fun he had with his kid, and
Well,
that is a quality that you thought would make him a good father. Like, what? Where y'all coming? And I don't think they know because a lot of women, too, the major disconnect is they felt disconnected from their mom. A lot of women have mommy trauma, and I don't think people talk about that enough. And a lot of women didn't have a man in place, even if their dad wasn't there, he wasn't the man. A lot of women, especially coming from the 80s generation, they're a lot stronger than a lot of the men were back then. So I think a lot of them seeing their mom she was doing it all, she cooked, she cleaned, she did it. that was almost like the standard for how you seen a woman, but what was the standard for how you seen a man? You didn't have a man to set the
That
standard.
sounds more like cockiness because you most I'm gonna go by black women real quick by my observations.
Mm-hmm.
I used to say this a lot because I saw the era where women was running around saying I could get any man I want.
Yeah.
I remember that era.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and now we're fast forwarded to today. I don't hear that no more. Okay, but I still see women believing that they could turn a gay man straight.
For real? Bro. I don't know where you know
Of
that. I don't
course,
even see
because
women that
it's
entertain
it's it's the challenge of saying he's going to treat me the same way he treats his wife at home, or he's going to treat me better than he treated his baby mamas.
it. Yeah.
This is why they step into that arena with the cockiness that I can do this. I got better coochie,
Yeah.
or it's I'm different. You hear a lot of people claim that they're different,
But that's the thing about
and I
you're
have to remind them that you're not special. You're average.
not. Yeah.
And I think that's the biggest fear. People are not embracing themselves as average.
But
Everyone think they're special.
that's why the illusion of it is I tell you, it's overcompensation. You only want to think that you're special, or you want to appear special because you don't feel like you're special. Like, I want to show him how special I am. Well, you're only trying to show him how special you are because you don't feel like you're special. It's one of those things where once you learn to pay more attention to what a person is not saying than what they actually are saying, you'll start to realize a lot of stuff that people are saying, they're just overcompensating. They're not saying the truth. Because it's like,
Mhm.
if you're the type of woman that wants to showcase to a man how much better you are of his wife, that just lets me know where you're at based on your relationship to yourself. Because why are you
Right.
trying to prove to a man that he needs to pick you over his wife? That's because you're not picking yourself. So you want him to pick you to make you feel more
Well,
valid, more
well,
important, more
well.
special.
Let's examine that real quick.
Hmm.
I got good coochie, and I want a man that makes over 100 grand a year. I want a 6 foot tall man. I want him to have a big dick, and basically that's the requirement. Okay, nobody asks for anything more than that, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
But if you look at her baby daddies, if you look at the type of dudes that she let in her coochie, they don't match not even half that shit.
That's
And the
so
tri-
funny.
and even for the minority of females that have been around there,
Hmm.
I still gotta ask them the same question. Why did he not marry you?
Hmm.
If you had it, why you don't have it now? And it takes me back of listening to dudes, right? Especially the older dudes that be like, yeah, back in the day, man, I used to be slinging chicks. I had 15 cars and I had all this money. But you look like a total hobo right now. You're
Yeah.
broke. You're
Hmm.
broke. You're on public assistance and you don't even have a car. You ride around on a bike. I
Hmm.
mean, come on.
Could reminisce about them stories though.
Yeah, I got three. I've been engaged with four engagement rings and I got men chasing me. I would like to see the men that you're talking about because as a man, I know what kind of man would put up with that crap.
Yeah. It's interesting you said that because I was thinking earlier when I was in the shower about this, and I was like, in my head, I think I don't know if guys do this because I talk more to women than I do guys, but in
Mhm.
their logic is kind of interesting because it's like one of those things where it's like I put up with all these bum dudes, so now since I put up with all these bum dudes, my standard has risen, so now I'm more valuable to a guy who's not a bum, and it's like, how did
No,
how
actually, this is why you keep attracting dollar store dudes, as I coined them, because you don't qualify for quality men.
but that's in their head, their value goes up based on the type of baggage that they dealt
And
with
that's
throughout.
where it's going to stay in
That's why
your
it don't
head
make sense. It's like
because
you've been through this dude and that dude, and you had issues there, and you don't trust men, and you had, and now all of a sudden you're more valuable. How do you
Yeah.
equate? How did you come up with the value that you can provide to a man when you only provided value to dudes based on,
Yeah.
okay, I was able, the last dude I was with, he didn't have a job, he didn't have a car. I helped him get on his feet. I helped him get a car. So now your value to me, when I have my own car and I have my own job and I have my own business, it goes up
Good
because what
Lord.
you did with him.
No.
And
Hell
that's
no.
where their logic
Hell
is
no.
kind of like the
All,
math
all
don't
that
be
all
math.
that tells all that tells me is you played mother to a grown ass man.
That's why people don't want a partner. They want a parent.
Come
Women
on,
don't
man.
want
Come on.
partner, they want daddy. Men don't want a woman, they want mommy. They want somebody who coddle. Like that's what, again, this relationship space, especially that's what I was talking about earlier about the older generation. It's
Mhm.
most of the women that are older that I talk to, they have the level of understanding to realize, like, okay, in order for this to work out, we have to come together. Like, it can't be I'm upset with you because you like this girl's picture on Instagram and now I want to talk to you for three. Like, it's bigger than that. Like, it's bigger than, oh, I feel some type of way, so you need to change your behavior. It's more so, what's going on with me and how
Well,
can we
that's
come
not
together?
that's first of all, they're coming together. I hear that a lot. First of all, from my observation, I strongly believe that's never going to happen.
Coming together?
No, we're not coming together. If as long as I walk down 125th Street in Harlem and I don't see not one black person owning property on 125th as a business, no, we're not coming together. Okay,
Hold on, wait.
and
Are you talking about coming together as a collective? Because I think Najee was talking about coming together as a couple. Or
Yeah,
did I
that's
get
what
that
no,
yeah, that's what the
I'm
intro
misconstrued?
talking about
coming together from one come to go.
Huh?
I'm talking about both as a collective and even as a couple because remember, rather you're talking about as a couple dating, living whatever. If you cannot take being critiqued, which I see today, 98% of people got an issue with being critiqued.
So the issue, before we get to the critiques
Okay.
of, when I be counseling couples with this, it's not a matter of the critique, it's more so the blame or the judgment. Because if it's understanding you're not actually critiquing that person, it's more so you don't like how you feel and you're projecting on them, making them wrong for how they was because you didn't like how you feel. So I use the example as like, instead of saying when you said that, it helped me realize something about myself, it's a, you shouldn't have said that, you was wrong for that, you did this, and it's like, when that energy comes off, it feels like now you're judging me, so now I'm in protective mode. Now we're going to go back and forth when it's like, you know, why are you critiquing this person? Why don't you?
Well. Let me put it this way, and so I can because I'm learning how to translate myself. If you have a spot of mustard on the back of your shirt, I don't expect you to see it because you can't see behind you.
Mhm,
You understand? If
mhm.
I'm telling you that I can see your tampon sticking out, you need to straighten that out, or your zipper's down. You understand? There's just some things that I don't think you notice about yourself that someone external that can see you
You would
can
consider
bring
that a
to your
critique?
attention.
But that's not a critique. A critique is something like
More of you were wrong for you.
it,
That's
it's a critique is something like you should have done this a different way.
yeah,
A critique is like you were wrong in this situation and here's how you can be right.
yeah.
A critique is what you did was just bring awareness or attention to what someone didn't know about, like mustard or a Aunt Flo roll.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Yeah, that's different. So I get what you're
How
saying, Najee. So
I
when
want you
Najee
to
is saying, like, hold on, a critique will look like this. Najee, I did not like the way that you spoke to me today. I think you were mean, you were insensitive, and I think that your message will come across better if you were more nicer and your delivery wasn't as rude. That's a critique. But what Najee is saying is this: all that you feeling right now, don't got a goddamn thing to do with me, you see, because you should be the one that says to me, Najee, when you did so and so and so and so, and I responded, I realized that I had not addressed the issue of what I was going through, or should I say what I've gone through when I was like 10 years old. Or I responded that way to you when I asked, can I borrow your car? And you told me no. I got upset with you because, well, I had a moment of entitlement. You know, I don't deserve to drive your car. It's your property. And I
Yeah.
didn't even ask you why. I just blew up at you. You
100%.
understand?
100%. And that'd be the biggest thing. You're on it. You on it. I'll be asking people like, is that what they said to you, or is that the story you're creating in your head about? And it's like, well, the way they looked, and it's like, wait, okay, I get it, the way they look, but is that the story that they're telling you, or is that the story you're creating in your head about how they look? And it's like, okay, it's on me. That's it. So now you're trying to critique them based on how it don't work that way, because now you're going to make them responsible. What you're doing
For how you feel.
For how you feel, and they're not responsible for it. It's like, did you ask?
Look, here's the number one example. Police toning. Police toning is the very example of what Najee and I were just expressing. You got to say what you mean in a way that I feel okay hearing you say it. Like, man, you ain't got to listen to me. I don't care. I'm not gonna say what I meant in a way, because if I do it for you, I got to do it for 7 billion people. So let's say I somehow make it on Broadway, right? Because I'm in New York City. Okay, no, that's as good as I get.
That was great.
So, well, thank you. I take the compliments as they come. But let's say I am now finding myself on stage in an auditorium of, let's say, because I'm ambitious, 1,005 people. Okay. So now I got to be responsible to relay a message in a way for 1,005 people are going to be okay hearing it from me, knowing that each individual are different. They're different.
They're gonna have their own interpretation. But
exactly.
You present it where they can process it.
Hold on. So with that being said, right? With that being said, that means that the only responsibility the speaker has are their intention, right? Their own delivery, because their delivery is really in accord to their personality. To tell somebody to deliver their message differently is telling that person to unbecome yourself, take on a whole new identity, a whole new personality, a whole new ego for me, because I refuse to get therapy.
100%.
So now I'm going to require 7 billion people to yield to my feelings.
Man.
Yeah, good luck with that.
You don't even yield to your own feelings. That's why you require other people to do it for you. But it's one of those things where, like, people, when I make my videos, it's so interesting because they be like, you should have said X. I'm like, I should have said no. You should have said that. Why are you telling me what I should have said? Because you don't like what I said. Like, what y'all got going on? This internet is interesting where people like, I realize even when it comes to being offended, you have to have a sense of entitlement to even feel offended by what another person is saying. Like,
that part.
How entitled do you feel that you are to say, I got offended by you saying this word, so you need to change your behavior because I got offended?
Offense is a choice. You literally have to feel, you literally have to choose to feel offended and check it. Here's another thing. You also have to choose to feel disrespected. What does anybody owe you? Why does everybody owe you some shit? Why does everybody owe you respect? What have you done so grand in the whole world where everybody owes you Respect.
That's another one of them words.
Right?
Respect
No
is
one can disrespect me unless I feel some sort of
grandiose.
like I am greater than you. How dare you
There,
speak to
yes.
me that way? You disrespectful, wretched fool. Like, come on, get off your high horse. Walk on the daggone legs that we were given, and let's walk together and have a good time.
That's why when I be hearing guys, that's why I made a video talking about dudes and this respect thing. Like, bruh, respect. What do y'all? Why do y'all feel women need to respect me? It's like men desire respect over, and it's like, bruh, what is?
Well,
respect?
no, I get that part. So here we go. Now, here we go. Okay.
Carl, wait.
Because it's all about love, right?
Yes.
And love is a demonstrative act. Love is not an emotion. And the more people understand that love has nothing to do with emotion, love will be approached so much differently.
Yes.
Right? So love demonstrated, well, then, is also interpreted. Right? The way a woman interprets love is monogamy. Okay? Monogamy equates to respect. Oh, he respects me enough to have sex with me and only me. The same shit, right?
Yeah.
With men require appreciation. Appreciation says you have respect for what I do. So we have love, we have respect, we have appreciation, and we have monogamy. So when a man says, I want respect, you know, I want my woman to respect me, what he's saying without saying, because, you know, I speak not saying ease, right? What he's saying without saying is, I just want a woman to appreciate what the hell I do for her and not take me for granted and tell me to kiss her ass. And call me all sorts of bums and biatches, and you know, your mama should have done this before she had the opportunity to bring you to full term. I'm not going to say what you know we say, because this is like rated R, but you know, not quite X. You know what I'm saying?
That sounds almost like crying, and I'm gonna say that
It sounds almost like what? I didn't hear that.
Like crying.
Crying.
Like
crying.
Like boo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Because I hear the same thing. Men always demanding or expecting, and I say this because if you're raised by a bunch of women, if you are always catering to women, and I'm going to go back to the Derek Jackson types. When you walk in a room, people respect you. Okay, you have to be that person that people want to respect. I don't see a lot of guys that are demanding respect walking in the room as that guy that people want to respect.
100%. And I think that even I'll let you rock.
That nullifies the demand. That's what I meant. It's just crazy, man.
It's
well,
one of those,
respect. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Najee.
I was just gonna say it's one of those things where I learned like respect to me, because especially when everybody like respect. I'm like it's so subjective. Like respect is now in today's society. Respect is pretty much you doing what I think or I feel you should do. And if you do anything that goes against what I think or feel you should do, that means you're disrespecting me. And it's like, wait, what? How are y'all coming up with, y'all are using this word out of context? And
so are you though, because respect is not subjective. Respect is objective. Respect is respect. But here we go. Wait. Now I'm gonna tie it all in for you, Dodge. You're gonna be like, you got it, right? Here we go. Carl was onto something when he said that respect is not demanded, right? You cannot demand respect because that's trying to force somebody to feel a certain way towards you when they really can like give two shits about you. So respect then is commanded. You know, you walk into the room and hello there, Mr. And you know, you can tell. You know what I'm saying? It you just command it. You don't demand it. Right? People just give it to you, which is why they say respect is earned, not demanded. How do you earn respect? Well, you got to probably be respectful. I think that might be a good start, right? And also be a respectable person. I think that would be the next, thing to do. So once you are respectful, right, and then you become respectable, guess what happens? You will command respect in any room you go to. So respect is not subjective. Now, what you're referring to, Najee, is illiteracy. Okay, it's ignorance. It's a lower state of consciousness. It's that toddler syndrome. You gotta do it. Yeah, toddlers don't want respect. They want their way. So I think you're misconstruing respect for someone wanting their way.
That's in the context of what I was saying. That's what people are saying. You need to
they're
respect.
stupid. Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. Like,
dumb.
it's not.
They're
It's
dumb.
one of those things where it's like, oh, you need to respect. And I'm learning, like, if you're gonna respect a person, it's not through fear.
Never
and
through
a lot
fear.
of guys are trying to get
Not
women
fear
to
or intimidation.
Like, you need to respect, and it's like respect is coming from safety. Like, it's a literally.
Right.
I see how this person moves, and I like how you. It's not they're making me, they're demanding. Like, all the dudes who like women don't respect men down. The most disrespectful women to this said guy, they're not going to be the same way with every guy because it's a different level of energy. It's the presence is different, and a lot of guys are almost like demanding like a temper tantrum, like toddlers. Like, you need to respect me. No, you need. And it's like.
It's like, oh, poor little thing.
That's what it is.
Little boy.
Really are pushing this
Ruffle
respect.
his
Men
hair,
need
right?
respect. Men need to be. I'm like, y'all are kids. Y'all are children. Y'all are looking for a mommy. Y'all want somebody to validate your insecurities to make you feel better about yourself. And that's why I was like, y'all, these relationships. I'm telling you, when I be listening to people talk about relationships, I'm like, how old are you? Like, you're a kid. She can't do this. She can't do that. Why? Because if she do it, it's gonna make me feel some type of way.
It's like, who cares?
It's like I said about crying because somebody told me that nobody respects me, right? And I said to them, my phone doesn't stop ringing when people are calling me back to do a job. You understand what I'm saying? So the callbacks is the respect. But when I'm on social media, I see what respect look like. Respect look like I could come on a live and man, shut up, Carl. You don't know what you're talking about. And then like my partner D Hop could come up and everybody's listening attentively. They're not telling him to shut up. See, this is respect right there because if you have a animosity or a favoritism or whatever those things are, that can corrupt respect because now it's clear these people don't respect you, and that's cool. But people will come around to respect you if you're not pushing it, if you're not manipulating, if you're not forcing it. And I have seen some people that didn't respect me before. Now they do because they understand me better. You understand? And when it comes to relationship, it's the same thing. If a woman has never respected men in her life, she just used them or she's been played or she has whatever trauma, I cannot expect her to respect me until I demonstrated why she should. And then she would want to. And as long as I'm not highlighting that she must because I'm a man or because I got a dick or because I got money or whatever, I would navigate that better and it would be less stressful. And I don't think these guys on social media understand that. They're not trying to comprehend it. Just like I said with women, I don't think we're gonna ever come together as men and women because we don't want to even comprehend each other.
That's the biggest thing. And for me, and when I realized, like, bro, I love women, so let me really learn women. A lot of women say they love guys, but they don't really take the time to understand them. They don't really take the time to learn them. And a lot of guys say
And
they
if you,
love women, but they don't take the time to understand and learn the woman. Like
but there's a shutdown. There's a shutdown real quick.
Mhm.
The shutdown is even when you do learn about the variance of women, mindset, patterns, and outcomes, even if you learn them,
Mhm.
the pushback I've gotten is, well, you're not a woman, so you can't speak for women. And I always said, there are male GYN doctors out here. They don't have what you got, but they're telling you about yours.
Can I
And you
say
have to
something?
listen.
Oh yeah, you
That's easy.
good.
Yes.
Next time somebody says that to you, gotta make sure ain't no estrogen around, right? You say, you know what? I'm not speaking about women. I'm speaking on women.
Big difference.
It's the difference, major difference. And
But now that depends on if I'm dealing with intellectual mindsets.
Okay, listen,
oh, yeah,
I'm not a
you.
one-stop
And,
shopper.
and it's simple.
Okay,
It's,
But I like it though. I like it
look, I'm
though.
not a
I
one-stop
like
shopper,
that.
yeah,
but I do
it's
want to say,
mhm.
we got 11:11. Holla, holla.
Holla, holla.
Right, and I gotta get to my bed soon.
Oh
You
yeah,
know, I
you.
don't do well after 12,
What? Not y'all
after
getting off the line before
11:15.
me.
So we got 4 minutes. I'm not gonna
Okay.
rush. I'm not gonna kick y'all out my house. You know what I
So,
mean? Y'all didn't,
Will
miss
never.
me.
I'm gonna have to message Will because he never showed up.
Oh, neither did we up. I'm gonna cuss we up out
I
tomorrow.
sent it. I sent him the link. He got it in his DM too.
No,
Oh no,
we
he
up
got it because
we
I sent it
no
to him too. This was his
yeah,
topic.
we up was on with Britt for 3 hours, so
It doesn't matter. He was in the live when I was on Instagram simultaneously streaming on here.
yeah,
He came in. He said he was gonna come in here. So,
Yeah.
but
yeah.
you're a good IG bub.
Oh
You're
yeah,
a good
yeah.
IG
Cole did
bub.
his thing. It makes up for it. It makes it easier when because me and Trent, we're just too similar. And there be times I'll be on live. I'm like, damn, where Trinity at? Because she get me. Everybody else, they're a little.
Actually, we're really not that similar. I just understand where you're coming from. I think you're plumb crazy as hell in some of the things you say. Oh yeah, but
What?
oh nah.
Hey,
We're
But
similar
hey.
with
listen,
level of
I can.
awareness.
No,
Awareness.
I'm joking. You're
Oh.
very interesting. But think about it. I can understand Kamala Harris, so I can understand every and anybody.
That will make sense because like we're trying to she can because I'll be saying like basic stuff and they're like no that's not and I'm like I never said that or is
What
anybody
did you used to
Trinity
call me?
Trinity is my translator, and unfortunately, I can't carry her everywhere I go. She's busy. But there's been a lot of instances. Even now, I still need her to translate because these women that I've had conversations with, I'll be on Evo's thing and all of that. They're very unintelligent when it comes to having any type of communication or conversation, and I just have to bear and grin it because eventually I'm going to get them one at a time. I'm not going to get 10 at a time. I already know that, but
mm-hmm.
one at a time.
And just
And
planting them seeds. That's what
that's
I
all the
call it.
respect I need.
Just dropping them
That's all
seeds
I
in their
need.
subconscious mind. They'll
I'm
get
a
it.
farmer.
They'll
Yeah.
get it eventually. That's all I'll just be dropping the seeds and then people
But
come
she
Yeah,
back.
I
still
got
needs to be my
something
translator,
yesterday
though.
that my mentor told me like about 6 years ago, and I was like, "Oh, why he didn't say that?"
I know that I'm going to have to pay her at this point to be my translator because she's
Oh
too
yeah,
busy.
she'll welcome that.
So,
Okay. Wow, look at the time. What you say, honey? I gotta come to bed.
Oh, good.
Boo.
oh
Oogie.
boy.
It's been a
Well,
great conversation. I appreciate it as
And
always.
and that's and I'm gonna say this. That's a good example of why women need to get married.
yeah, I agree. So Naji, being as though we don't have Huggy Juice Tuan to close us out this evening, because you know how old men are, right? He had to.
Yeah,
He need like 11
Give his
hours
rest.
sleep.
You need a
Mm.
nap.
those 9 to 5ers.
We can't
Nine
have
of five.
Huggy Juice Tuan grumpy. You know what I'm saying? Throwing them box, bong.
That's funny.
Here's your
Oh,
package.
oh, you don't know about the 9 o'clock. You don't have that. They don't have that word no
I've
more.
never had that issue. I've always worked nighttime, so I'm
Oh
already
yeah, you good.
ready.
I don't even know when you sleep. I don't even think you sleep. You're just like
I don't
so
sleep. I don't
abnormal.
sleep. I never sleep. I just rest. But I guarantee you, I've never had a job in my life that required me getting up in the morning. Never.
Damn.
Yeah, well,
Well,
I just know you to be up all day, all night.
well, you know,
Maybe when
Yeah,
I'm sleeping, I don't know.
I
I don't
take
get
those.
notifications on IG because it'd be bing, 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 and
Yeah,
yeah, I'm good. I don't need to hear
I get a
2,000
cap
bing.
nap in 2, 3 hours of rest, and I'm good for another 8, 10 hours.
oh yeah, you
Oh,
Right?
okay. So you nap while I take my
good.
Yeah.
sleeps. Okay. Well,
Eight
Najee,
to
you want to close us
I got
out?
you. Well, I appreciate everybody for tuning in, for watching. I appreciate Carl for coming through as a special guest. He did his thing per usual. Trinity did her thing per usual. Twan was Twan doing his thing too, in and out. But it's all good. We still love you. But I'm Najee at underscore Najee27. Follow me on IG. Y'all make sure you follow me on Instagram or TikTok. That's what it is. TikTok be fun. Trinity, you don't have TikTok? TikTok is fun. There be some characters on there for sure. But follow me on TikTok at Healing with Najee, Facebook as well. And I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Thank y'all for commenting. Will, you was being scary. I don't know where you went, but it's all love at the end of the day. I appreciate y'all and thank y'all for tuning in. I'll give it to Trinity or Carl, whichever one y'all want to.
Man,
hey,
Najee,
salute.
Najee started off hot. Like he calling out
Yeah.
names. He calling out
Yeah,
people.
because I
Najee
want to
wasn't Najee this evening, but I
He,
like it. I like
yeah.
it a lot. Carl, you
hey,
want to give your social media
no,
platforms a shout out?
listen, I'm just a regular guy, and I'm on Instagram only. I don't do social media that hot all over the place. And like I said, invest in somebody that's willing to wipe the shit from your ass if you're sick or when you get old. That's all I
Wait.
can tell
Question: How do you know that? Do you have to put them to the test at an early age?
Oh
Like,
God. Oh
like,
God.
hey, yo, babe, come wipe me right quick and
you.
see
Yeah,
how
Oh
she.
God.
no, no, no. You will be able to tell. Trust me. You can tell the difference between somebody there for a long time versus somebody there for pacifying short time. Trust me. You can
Trinity,
tell.
look at her face. Look at Trinity.
Oh God. Oh, I'm N dot underscore D dot underscore Trinity Instagram. Who you can find us at is the N underscore her yang on Facebook as well as on IG. Carl,
Mhm.
yeah, wow.
That's a challenge because you
Yeah,
got you.
shush. I'm married. I know. It's something I
It's a
have to look
challenge.
forward to.
She.
Hopefully
Oh,
my
that's
ass
what
will
you.
shut down quicker than his will. I'm just like hope for the best here. You know what I mean? Ooh,
Okay, okay, okay.
yeah.
So this is the better one. Never sleep with a man unless he has life insurance in a two-bedroom apartment or more. How about that?
We'll go with that one.
I like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll go with that one.
All right.
I can
Uh,
rock with that one. Woo, nice cleanup. Literally. All pun intended. As always, I appreciate you, Carl. So let me ask you, Carl, how was your experience on tonight's
I
broadcast?
love it. It's what I expected.
Oh darn, I'm sorry. We gotta cut him off more and like get mad at him. Be like, you're
get
wrong.
angry and
No, no.
yell at
It's
him and
what
make
I
him
expected.
responsible for how we're interpreting what he's saying without actually taking the time to ask, "What did you mean by that?"
Right. We
I
gotta we
have
gotta just stop doing that. I
Yeah.
think we're messing it all up for ourselves. I think our numbers would grow so much more
More people.
expeditiously if
no,
well, I would not
no.
use the word expeditiously and I would like start cursing and yelling at people. Yeah. Okay. We'll see how that goes next week. I doubt I can do that, but I'm up for the challenge.
There you go.
And
You
and
got
and
this.
and, and that's how people don't learn shit.
With that said, yo, in the,
In the meantime, in between time, I got you.
Salute.
Oh, yeah. Stay magically delicious as remain spiritually divine. Good night, everybody.
Peace.
Later.